Yeah. Okay. Upgrading PanFS. PanFS upgrade frequency depends on a number of factors. Does a new release fix an issue that you've seen? Does a new release include a feature you want to deploy? How often are you able to get an upgrade window? If you can schedule an upgrade with several weeks' notice, then you can be selective. If you have an upgrade window about once a year, it's a really good idea to upgrade in that window each year. You don't want to fall too far behind the most current PanFS OS version. Unsupported versions, customer whose realm is on a PanFS version that is no longer under Panasas engineering support, especially need to upgrade. PanFS versions that are currently lower than 9.1.1 are end of life and are no longer supported by Panasas engineering. And we have an article that we keep updating that says what versions are under support and not. This doesn't mean that we're not going to help you. It just means that the resolution of problems that on realms running these older releases are more difficult, the larger the gap between the most recent PanFS version release. The Parts Depot ships replacement nodes with the latest PanFS OS release or the next latest one, depending on when the part was imaged. This can lead with compatibility issues with your older PanFS version when they are installed. The part may not be able to downgrade as efficiently as you would like. Realms that contain ASU storage nodes should be upgraded to PanFS version 9.3.2 or higher. This version contains significant fixes. There's been significant fixes in a lot of versions, but this version contains some networking fixes that have been very, very effective for these nodes. We, Panasas Technical Support, will continue to support you, even if you're on us. The realms are on an unsupported version as long as you have a current support contract, but it will be more difficult if you're on an older version. Is upgrade dangerous? Upgrading PanFS version on the realm is only slightly more dangerous than rebooting the realm. OSDs have a very small risk of failing to boot on any boots. This is true for any computer. There is a small risk that an OSD may fail to upgrade. If this causes a problem, we can usually manually intervene to get a node to finish an incomplete upgrade. When I say if this causes a problem, if that causes the realm to be too many down. If it doesn't cause it, we may just say, you know, it's going to take hours to fix this upgrade. We're not sure what's going on. Let's just let it reconstruct out. But, you know, that's just a good judgment call. There's a small risk that the rep set will not form if some rep set members are slow to complete the final upgrade steps. This is easy to fix. Usually we reboot the direct rep set, but again, you'd want to talk to us first. There's a small risk that OSDs may unnecessarily go into reconstruction state when the realm reboots after upgrade. Manual intervention, we can take any OSD that simply was slow to upgrade out of reconstruction state if there was nothing wrong with it. Manual intervention may require somebody to be in the server room if IPMI over SOL has not been configured on all the nodes. Sometimes if a node does not successfully load its new system files, it goes totally not responsive. It dumps into single user mode without network access, or it is simply hung. Sometimes these things need to be power cycled. You cannot do that remotely unless somebody's there or unless you have IPMI over SOL configured. So a lot of times it's a good idea to have somebody on site during upgrade unless you've got IPMI configured on all your nodes. Preparing, at least a week before the scheduled upgrade, double check the hardware tab and the GUI. If nodes are logging hardware issues, it's a good idea to get those squared away before upgrade. Immediately before upgrade, check the warning for realm for warnings. If there's a long-standing issue, such a volume that has FSRC recommended, you can go ahead and do that. If nodes are offline or volume services do not have a backup, we'll talk about that later. Resolve those issues before beginning the upgrade. All right, so new PanFS versions. This is the home page of your My.Panasas account. And it says key uploads and downloads, and it shows the 3 most recent PanFS OS versions. And you can see that a month ago, we released 9.3.3. You can download it directly from this link, but you usually want to go to the downloads tab that we discussed before. Here we are, downloads. Before we went to Direct Flow Client, but this time we're going to stay on PanFS OS, which is what comes up. This is a link to the release notes, and this actually downloads the software. Most people, if your realm is connected to the internet, are going to want to download it directly to the realm, but Mike or anybody else who isn't is going to want to download it here and to get it to the realm some other way. Usually do not have to search PanFS release. Usually you want the most recent one or the next most recent one. Click this link right here to see the release notes. We have worked to really pare them down. There are only 4 pages in this case. Resolved issues, known issues. This is only the most recent known issues. There's a second document for known issues that are more long-standing. This is upgrade or downgrade PanFS. These are some instructions plus a link to the supported versions and a few other things. We've done a hard job of making the release notes very slim, so you want to read them. There are upgrade paths that you want to follow. We do not enforce these at the start of upgrade. We do not say you cannot upgrade because you're on this version, but you really do need to respect these because otherwise things may not go as well as you would hope. The usual upgrade path is if you're on an older version to 9.1.1a, then to 9.2.d, and then to the latest version. The reason are some changes on the ASU nodes that happen in key releases. And I don't have this in this slide. I will add that. Any upgrade that goes across 9.2.0.c, which is actually not a public facing, this upgrade jump right here from 9.1.1.a to 9.2.0.d, or from 9.2, anything to D or higher, from anything that was lower than that. The ASU nodes upgrade their BIOS and their BMC firmware. We need to stop the hardware agent so it doesn't interfere with that process. And the command to do that is in this knowledge base article. Once you're on 9.2.0 and D and higher, you don't need this. The BIOS upgrade is already done. You don't need to stop the hardware agent. Downgrade is usually supported to the version the realm was previously running. It's a rule of thumb and it's not enforced. Downgrade uses the same procedures. Upgrade is just you're downgrading to a lower version and you get a warning say you really want to downgrade, but there are some specific hardware downgrade restrictions. In other words, you cannot downgrade to a version before your hardware was supported. Downgrades must follow the same version restrictions as upgrade in terms of the path. All right, so your realm can access the internet. You want to enable PanActive Link on the configuration, PanActive Link, So you can see the PanFS OS versions available for upgrade on the Upgrade PanFS version. See an active link. Once you do that, we're going to go to Advanced Tools and Upgrade PanFS. And on these slides, our current version is 911A. Our current version. So in the middle of the page, if you have PanActive Link enabled, you see all the releases that are known to the realm. It's going to go all the supported releases. It's going to go out there to our download server and query these and fill out this form. Let's say we're going to upgrade to 9.2.0. This combo means that it has the images for SUSE and FreeBSD and the older FreeBSD, and upgrade only uses the ones that it needs and it disregards the others. But we put them all in one package because when we did this before and we had separate packages, it was not a happy experience. We just put them all in one. Click download. Okay. So here we go. It's downloading. You get this nice little bar that blinks, 72%, etc. And this frequently updates. When we do our demonstration, the page will time out very frequently because I'm connected to the APIPA address. It's going to try to reload the networking address and it can't reach that. But, I'll fix that. In your case, assuming that you have a stable networking to the actual GUI IP address, it will refresh frequently, but so it can update this bar. Okay. The upgrade page includes a recent upgrade events area. These events, I began downloading it. Now I've downloaded it. Now I'm verifying that it came from Panasas. There's manifest and things. We're not, mConsole's not dumb enough to just upgrade to something that came from wherever. It's going to verify that the package is actually an upgrade. Then we're going to validate the contents. And there's also all kind of MD5 sums in there that at various stages in the upgrade check to make sure the upgrade image is good. If PanActive Link is disabled, the realm only displays the PanFS version currently stored locally on the mConsole director. You see, there's only one version. It doesn't have any comment or anything like that. The release info link is there, but it is broken because that goes out and gets the release notes from Panasas. Back here, with PanActive Link enabled, it gets these comments from Panasas, and the release note link actually works. If PanActive Link is not enabled and your realm is not connected to the internet, you're going to download the release image from my.panasas.com, as we said, and we're going to tell the system where it is, and we're going to upload it to the realm. You've got two choices on the GUI and one further choice. You can either put it in a volume and click this from PanFS and fill out the full path starting with the volume up to this name, or you can put it on a client somewhere where the realm can reach it. You're going to put the path and the image name, the client IP, the username, the user's password, protocol, almost always SCP, and click upload. You're going to get an uploading, and then once the image is uploaded, you're going to be in the same state that you were if you had downloaded it directly from Panasas. So here we go. This is an example if I put it in software images right there. You can also, from just PanCli, SCP the file to temp admin on the mConsole node, and then with PanCli tell it to upload. You can't do that with the GUI. I think that these methods are a whole lot easier. Right, now the mConsole has it. we have to distribute the image to the Panasas nodes. So once it's downloaded, we got a distribute button. We have a distribute button on both of these because this is the existing image. MConsole knows about that. This is the one we just downloaded, so it can be distributed as well. Let's say we decided we didn't want to upgrade to this after all, we want to delete it. There's the delete button. You're not allowed to delete the current image. Even though you have a button there, it would refuse if that's the current image. Downloading and distributed may be done while the clients are accessing PanFS. These phases do not take the realm offline. So we've clicked distributing, and we see a little status bar. This is done in parallel. One node distributes to 2 other nodes, and each of those nodes to 2 more nodes, et cetera, et cetera. On this small realm, this happens so fast I could barely even capture the percentage complete, and it actually jumped from 0 to complete. But on a larger realm, if you had like 2 racks, it would take a little while. So we see the distribution summary, queued, distributing, succeeded or failed, and total requested nodes. There is also a little link here, view distribution page, or you can get it from the right status bar, distribution status, and you've got the number of nodes in each state. Not started, it's not that node's turn yet. Queued means that it's queued for distributing. We're actually distributing, and we've already succeeded. In this particular case, the MConsole has distributed it to the other 2 directors, and each of those nodes is now distributing to some ASU nodes. Yeah, that's text for that. When the distribution phases, the distribution status phase will show the number of nodes eligible for upgrade and that distribution succeeded for all of them. You've got a node that's offline, it's not eligible, and upgrade will just skip it. If you replace a node between the distribution and the upgrade, you have to distribute it again because that node will not have it. Go back to the distribution status, and you can click one of these nodes and say redistributed to selected. You can also just click the distribute. MConsole should be smart enough to know which nodes already have the distribution and only distribute it to the nodes that do not. Any nodes that are failed, drained, or offline are excluded from the upgrade. These are not included in the number of eligible nodes. Upgrade just skips them, and if the node is later rebooted, the system will upgrade it if it can, if the node is capable of being upgraded. So here's the distributed selected. So now we have some upgrade events. There's a whole lot of these. There's a line, there's 2 or 3 lines for every single node. So here's the one that says the distribution status is initiated, and we've got all kind of successfully distributed, queued, all that kind of stuff. And finally, distributed the software, successfully distributed to 15 out of 15 nodes. Once all the nodes have their distribution image, we want to install it. This is where the realm is going to go offline in the middle of this. You do not take it offline yourself. The system will take care of that. Click install and then confirm that you are ready for this system to go offline. First upgrade phase is the unpackaging and validation stage. This usually takes the long time. Every single node untars that big image. It finds the image that it needs. It untars that. And under that, there's a number of packages. The Linux node use RPM to actually install a number of different RPMs. The FreeBSD nodes use the native FreeBSD updater to unpack and install some packages. Doesn't commit any of these. It's unpackaging all these files, checking the MD5 sums. Okay. So this happens for some time. We've got as the nodes completed and report to mConsole, you will see alerts that this node successfully completed it. This node did all these, and you have a little status bar. This is during this time there are no changes to PanFS. This goes from 0 to 74, or maybe even 75. You may cancel at any time during this. mConsole is down after 75%, so you never see the percentage there. It's not unusual for the upgrade progress to stay at the same event for some time because it advances in chunks, not gradually. If this is an upgrade over the BIOS, over to from 9.2, 9.1 to 9.2.d or higher, it's going to stay at 74% for a long time because the ASU nodes are updating their BIOS. If all nodes do not complete the unpackaging and validation stage in 60 minutes, the mConsole director cancels the upgrade. Whether you cancel it or whether mConsole cancels it, the realm is left offline because we kind of have to assume that something not too good has happened. We want a human being to look at the realm to see if it's okay to bring it online. In modern OSs, it's almost always okay. This usually means that something timed out on one of the nodes. What you look at hardware, verify that all the nodes are online, then manually bring the realm online. You do not have to wait for us to ask if the realm is online. You know enough to see nodes are online, everything is okay, we'll bring the realm online. Manually bringing the realm online ends the upgrade, the rep set functions again. It's not functioning during upgrade because mConsole is in charge and it just sits there. If there is a node that did not complete the unpackaging and validation stage, you want to collect logs for the rep set and for the host node. You can stack arguments like this for 2 days so we can try to see what happened. Yes.
So, Lynn, we are watching all this through the GUI?
Yeah.
So even when the systems are rebooting, we still have visibility?
No. That's at 75%, the GUI will disappear.
So how do we know when things have completed? Will things just come back?
Yes, the GUI should restart. If it doesn't,
okay.
You can ping the mConsole node, say, it's pingable again, and you can restart your GUI. Now, It's not ready right after it's pingable. I mean, it's got to be pingable, it's got to bring up, the rep set has to form, it's got to do all that kind of stuff. But things will have progressed. I mean, basically, if things are not pingable within about 10 minutes of the time that things reboot, you probably want to log in and collect logs and see what's going on. And it's not as hard as it sounds.
And we're pinging the rep set.
Yeah, I usually ping the mConsole node, but any node in the rep set is fine. But don't be in a huge hurry on this because the rep set has a lot to do even after it comes back up. I mean, it should only take it a couple of minutes. But and as I said, there are some rare circumstances where the rep set will not form. It's not a big deal. After the upgrade, the rep set members have to upgrade the realm database, and sometimes they don't. And if they don't, they will sit there saying, hey, we got an inconsistent realm database, and they will sit there retrying forever. Corrective action is to reboot the one that has an older rep set. If you don't know, we just reboot them all, and that's very, very effective. But you probably need to have us involved with that. Very easy to find out. We just look into the logs, and if we keep saying, try, my version is this other guy's version is this, it's very obvious what's going on.
And overall, how long does an upgrade take?
It depends on what version it is. The version that we'll do tomorrow on this small realm probably take about 20 minutes. If it was over 9.2.d, where there's a BIOS upgrade, probably double that, probably 40 minutes.
Okay, and I would
Much,
imagine it's
much
like,
faster than your older realm with storage blades took, because storage blades are unpacking all these system files onto hard drives. All these nodes are unpacking system files onto M2 sticks on the motherboard.
okay. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. You'll get to see this with your very own eyes. I'm going to have to downgrade the realm so we can upgrade it back again. We're not going to upgrade to some not released version. And anyway, we couldn't download that from my.Panasas. I'm willing to stick some kind of version that may be buggy on a direct flow client, because I can easily just put it right back on the right version, but we're not going to put an untested version on the demo run, or only partially tested. So anyway, if it's canceled, we're going to collect logs from the rep set because they know what's going on, and the node that did not upgrade. And we're not even sure what node is that. We're just going to upload rep set logs, or in your case, you're going to call and we're going to go through it on the phone. System status bar also shows the percent upgrade. You can see here 3%. Warning once the realm, right before the commit stage, the realm would take the realm offline before the commit stage, and you can see that it's now in warning state. That just means the realm is offline. So mConsole moves the upgrade into commit phase once all the nodes tell mConsole they have completed the unpacking and validation stage and are ready to commit. Commit is the point of no return. Do this, there's no more cancel bar anymore. System is in final stage of installation. Now, mConsole doesn't tell the browser that it's going to update. If you don't touch the browser, try to go to a different page, and your browser is tolerant. I've done this while I've had a console on mConsole. mConsole is sitting there rebooting, and this thing is sitting there still blinking at 75%. So it may or may not time out during this time. It all depends. But if you have a larger realm, mConsole is going to tell the nodes to reboot in waves, so they don't all come up at once. The enclosure master is probably going to reboot first, and we're going to reboot some nodes, and then some nodes, and then some nodes. So on a larger realm, it's going to stay here longer. On a release, if something special is going on during the commit phase, like updating the BIOS, it's going to be here longer, any of that. So don't be alarmed. If it's in here for more than 30 minutes, then you probably want to tell us so we can see what's going on. Usually it's only a couple minutes. Right. So in the events, and you probably don't even see this until afterwards, but here we are. The last node has completed the unpackaging and validation stage. Software upgrading is offlining the system. Offline for upgrading. The data systems are off. It's probably not a good idea to have client jobs running during all this, but theoretically it's possible. And then software upgrade entered the final stage. If you do have jobs running when the realm goes offline, the clients are simply going to delay and retry. So if your job tolerates delay and retry for some amount of time, then you do not have to stop your jobs. Most people do, but you don't have to. Browser doesn't notice that mConsole is not sending any data. It may continue to display this while the flashing progress bar. If the browser notices mConsole is not responding, it will display the server unavailable or something else like that. I have seen mConsole restart the GUI by itself. Usually you restart the GUI again several minutes after the mConsole is pingable. Again, it takes a few minutes for mConsole to be ready to run the GUI after it's pingable again. All right, so right after upgrade, we're going to log in and we're going to see this lovely output. We've got no idea what the capacity is, but we do at least have an updated documentation. MConsole is just not ready to display all this. This is not a problem. Okay. We go to version history, and now we see that we have upgraded. Upgrade actually updates this current version before it commits. So going there. Okay. Shows the new documentation. The realm status and capacity may not immediately available. Upgrade is not complete. The nodes come up. They have some final upgrade tasks to do. These are the post-boot hook task. The rep sets directors must upgrade their copy of the realm database. This usually only takes a few seconds. If they don't do it, a nice little reboot will prompt them to do that. In 9, the realm is online when it reboots. It didn't used to be the case. So it's online and nodes are not going to be responding and volumes are going to be too many down. Don't be concerned about that. That will resolve. If there are no other warnings, the system status will be green. Once the realm has settled, it will take several minutes for the realm to settle and all the nodes to come online. Time that an upgrade takes to complete depends on the node models in the realm and if the upgrade is doing any extra updates. For ultra nodes, it doesn't matter what the model is. If it has alpha storage blades, it can take considerably longer. If it has AS16 alpha storage blades, it can take way longer for a reason that we're not even going to discuss. They install system files on their hard drives, and it is a mirrored system, so they have to do it twice. Not that I deleted those 2 slides. After the upgrade, verify that all volumes are online. Check to see if there are any major errors on the realm. Verify that the clients can mount the realm and access the data. No further testing is needed before releasing the realm to the users. We're going to we'll stop here. It's 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock my time. It's the top of the hour at our ending time. We've got just a little bit more to do. We will talk about what happens if a node comes online. Usually it will go into reconstruction. Sometimes we can take it out of reconstruction because it was just a little slow. We'll do the review questions, and then we will actually upgrade the realm. Okay. Any questions so far?
Not for me.
Okay, great. Well, you ask your questions in line, which I like, right when they come up, because then you remember it. So again, tomorrow we will finish this. We will upgrade the realm. We're not going to be able to get finished with all the topics. I mean, we never do. And this is a half course. And, you know, I tried to whittle things down. I probably could have taken more out of the networking. I kind of wish that we hadn't gone over all those interface names. That's not the most important thing for you to know. But we never finish anyway. So I'm probably going to not cover reconstruction as much because this is an introductory course. I want to cover replacing hardware and things like that. And we have slides and videos on reconstruction from the full system administrator certification if you want to know about that. So
actually, I started looking at the, I think you had the 2-week course.
Yes.
So I was looking at that over the last couple of weeks. So I will continue looking at that.
Excellent. And we're going to offer that course in September. That course has labs, not demonstration. Now, you can't do it from work, but if you were to take the course from home, we'll set you up where you can access the GUI and do your own labs.
Yeah, I can probably do it because I'm in my office now, which is not
Yeah.
in the secure area, so I can probably do it. And I may
Okay.
do that in September. That's great.
Okay, yep. And some of these things will be the same, but in more detail. But we'll have labs and we will cover things like, for instance, under system monitoring, I cut out some things that are just not part of an introduction. Okay. Well,
Okay, thank you.
thank you, everybody, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.
All right, have a nice evening.
Thank you.